Hello, everyone. This is Dennis Schultz. I am the Executive Director of the Blacks in Technology Foundation. If you're not familiar with the Blacks in Technology Foundation or Blacks in Technology, we are the largest community of technologists globally. We have over 15,000 members in 7 countries and 43 chapters, and we're growing. So our mission is to see more Black faces in tech and to advance those Black faces throughout their careers and up into senior management. So if you work in IT, or if you know someone who works in the IT industry, or someone who works for a tech company, even if it's in a non-tech role, send them our way. This is where you belong. So welcome. And tonight, or today, or wherever you are in the world, what time it is, we have Elyse Robinson, who is going to talk to us about some suggestions, ways, stories about getting technical certifications and her hacks along the way. She is very much accomplished at this. I'm not going to steal her thunder because it is definitely impressive the way this woman hustles. And I want to let her tell you a little bit about herself. So Elyse, if you don't mind.
Let me see. I guess I will start with how I got into IT. At 10 years old, I wanted to know how those websites worked. So I found a website and taught myself HTML. And then that progressed to CSS and PHP and what is the old one, CGI and Perl. Like, I don't even think they use those really anymore. But yeah, and then I took college classes in high school and in college. But I mean, I've talked to so many people about running into issues into getting into IT. So I gave up on trying to get into IT and became an auditor. So I switched to accounting. I was auditor for a number of years, and then life happened, and then I moved to Mexico and became a consultant there, and fell back on my IT skills. But yeah, I guess that's my story. Around July of last year, right after COVID hit, somewhat, a little bit, I was like, I started programming a little bit more. And I was like, well, maybe I should try getting into IT again. And so I know that IT is big on certifications, and they cost a lot of money, of course. And so, part of being an auditor is research. Everybody thinks accounting is numbers and everything like that, but it's huge research and it's law. So I took my research skills that I have and started researching organizations that would help out with getting the certifications for free or at least cheap. And also during COVID time, a bunch of companies were giving away stuff for free or cheap. So that's how I guess hacked my way into all this stuff.
Okay, so you're being a little modest. I'm gonna force you to elaborate a little bit. You can shine a little bit. It's okay. Flex on them. So tell people how many certifications you've actually claimed throughout your journey. Yes, like picking them up.
Probably about 20 or so. Microsoft is a huge one that gives away free stuff. If you can get into one of their challenges, I mean, they're constantly giving away free stuff. I got 2 in 1 week one time. So yeah, Microsoft is very generous, very, very generous. Shout out to Microsoft.
And we're going to get into some of the techniques too, but for now, I just want to kind of keep it a little high level and just kind of dig a little bit more into your journey. So you're an entrepreneur, and you have businesses, plural.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your business and what that entails, and how it relates to your hacking. for?
Yeah. So I have a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis, like my network and stuff. And so um, one person I talk to like every day almost is my friend. He's a software engineer and stuff. And so I was like, well, I keep winning all these things. Maybe I should like, make a business out of it. He's like, you should, like, because you don't know if you can turn a research business into a legit business. Like, are people going to pay for basically you researching things for them? And so yeah, I came up with NewsIn.IT, and I launched it like Black Friday week, which I suggest everyone to launch during Black Friday week, because then you get a lot of promotion, free promotion for sure. And so I launched that week, and I got promoted in 3 different tech organizations. Number one, I got my first customer the day after I launched, and yeah, I was profitable my first week. So basically everything that I researched for myself, I put it on my website, and you can go on the website and see the testimonials on there. I recently got one lady, she is getting her PMP for free. So her project management certification for free. So
Okay, and how much does a PMP go for? And I'm asking because I know the answer, but it's not a cheap. That's not a cheap certification.
no, I believe it's well, with the membership, I think it's like $700, and then the training is like another, it can go all the way up to like $2,000 just for the training. So,
Yeah.
I probably saved her good like $3,000.
Yeah. So the point, the moral of the story is, you may have to pay a little to get a lot, in some instances.
Yeah, and that's another thing, I do charge just a yearly subscription fee, but if somebody's saving $3,000, I mean, what is a couple of dollars in the bucket?
Yeah, especially if you are considering, paying full rate for it, that's like getting the super duper promo code, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
But you
definitely.
also gotta put in the work, because I mean, I'm not gonna put in the application for you. So
So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the process itself, because even though there are organizations that do offer free certifications, what's some of the information that they're looking for, and the types of free. I mean, I'm assuming all free is not the same. So maybe you can talk about the differences from different organizations and how they approach, giving out free certificates.
um, no, everything I've gotten is free. Well, I take that back. Splunk, it would cost me $50, but everything else that I've gotten for free. So, but that was highly discounted. I think the Splunk exam is regular $200. So they were running a promotion. I posted that on there, and I think a couple of people took advantage of it. But um, yeah, everything I've gotten for free. Like I got the Scrum Master, and what was the other one? Scrum Master and Product Owner, and that was a $3,000 class. So I got that for free.
Okay. Okay. Is that the most expensive cert that you've acquired?
Um, yeah, I mean, well, I guess it depends, because Scrum Master and Product Owner, I mean, you can get it probably all the way down to like 500, but I recently got a scholarship for the CISA, and so I got that paid for with with the training, and I think that one was like $800-900. So with the training,
Okay. So with your research, and you don't have to, give all the secrets out, but if I'm looking to get certified, in a certain discipline, and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, where do I go to get free? I'm open to, different, types of certifications, but I'm really open if I don't have to pay for it. So where
right?
would I
So
begin?
I mean, honestly, I sign up for anything tech, anything tech. So my email inbox is a mess. Like it's ridiculous. And so that's where I get a lot of the information. If you sign up for stuff and actually read your emails, I mean, But I also find a lot of things on Twitter and LinkedIn. So I mean,
Okay. So
it's not a secret. I'll tell you, it's not a secret.
so newsletters, trade information, obviously social media, communities like Blacks in Technology, and incidentally, we do have some pre-certs on our site too. Then it's the application process. So
Mhm.
what type of information do they typically ask for?
Um, like of course, name, address, email address. Why do you think you should get this certification? That's pretty much it. But I mean, I have so much stuff that I've done previously. I just copy and paste at this point. So
Okay. Kimberly says, bring all the secrets. So we're gonna, create like a little spreadsheet of responses that you can copy and paste.
I got responses all the way back to probably shoot college at this point, and I'm in my 30s. So give away my
Okay.
age.
So this is seriously, this is not a game.
It's not a game when you want to save thousands of dollars. No, it's not. Like you said from the get go, I'm a hustler. So
Okay, so be organized and take some time to do it right the first time, or at least one good time, and
yeah,
then you
yeah,
can use those
yeah,
responses
yeah.
in order to
Mhm.
replicate it throughout. Makes perfect sense. Work smarter, not harder. All right. So with that, let me do this because I'm going to pause and see if anybody has any questions at this point before I go into some of my other questions. We've got a lot of people, so I want to start the Q&A a little bit early, and I'll just kind of filter my stuff in. So if anybody wants to ask a question, just raise your hand, and I'll allow you to talk, or you can put it in the chat and or in the Q&A specifically, and I'll get that question asked. So does anybody have an immediate question? All right, we got Natalie. Okay, Natalie, how are you?
I'm well. Hi, Elyse. Hi, Dennis.
Hello.
Thank you for the session. So I have to say, like I joined 5 minutes late, but so far the discussion has been really fun and dynamic. I am curious, like to hear like how you can break out into this industry. So I have like some research skills, but I haven't worked in IT or in
Mhm.
coding or so yeah, I'm just looking at like how did you enter? Like did you yeah. Thank you so much.
um, I mean, there's no one way to enter. I mean, I can give you my story on how I did it, but I mean, everybody's story is going to be different. I don't know the issue with IT. I mean, they claim there's such a shortage of people, but they're not hiring because trust and believe, I've been through hell. Everybody I've talked to has been through hell. And coming from audit, where no one's going to ask me the difference between a debit and a credit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to answer that one. Um, and plus, I grew up programming. I'm not a programmer though, so I guess it depends on what you want to do because there's like 50 million different things you can do in IT too. So yeah, I would have to map out a plan for each individual. Like, what do you want to do, and then go from there. Because there's like 50 million different certifications, 50 million different careers you can do. It can be outrageous.
I would just add to that, Natalie. I mean, if you have a direction, you have a specialization, and a place of where you want to be 5 years from now. And I wouldn't put it more than 5 years because tech changes so fast. You never know where you're going to be 2 years from now. But if you have a 5-year plan or vision of, okay, I want to be a senior software engineer in the next 5 years, then you can start to develop that plan. Or I want to be, a DevOps architect, or cybersecurity, whatever. That's the first thing you need to do. Have the plan, have the vision, and then figure out the training, certification, and experience that you need in order to get there. So that would be, just my general 2 cents of advice. As far as breaking in to getting that first job, I'd say try to find places where you can apply your skills, even if you have to do it for free. Get that experience up, learn your craft, become good at your craft. And then, find internships, find opportunities where, companies are looking for entry-level folks. And we do have both career fairs and internship fairs at Blacks in Technology. And I'll put the link in the chat a little bit later. So thank you, Natalie. I hope that helps. And we got some questions in the chat that I'll get to. Let's start with this one. It says, so for each of these certifications, are you talking full courses? And how do you retain it all?
How do you retain it all? You don't.
Yeah, you're like a hoarder. Do you really read those newspapers, or do you just collect them? What's going on?
At this point, I'm secure in what I do. So it's like, I don't need them, but it's for advertising purposes, so it's like, oh, okay, well, I have to advertise and say, oh, well, I got another one, to keep the business going. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not going to eventually get to them. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't, because it didn't cost me anything. So, and sorry to those who wanted it, but, I got my own purposes, so.
So you reserve the option to take the certification test if and when it fits your needs. I get that.
Or I did a giveaway a couple of weeks ago. So I literally had 3, well, no, one was a subscription to NewsIn.IT. And so 2, I actually won. And so I gave them away, and they were worth the Microsoft one was worth $165. And then I think the Jenkins one was worth $150. So yeah, I do stuff like that too. I give them away. So, and that's also promotion for the business. I won these. So, here you go. I'm never going to use them. I don't need them. So.
Gotcha. And that kind of leads to the next question. Somebody asked about the URL for your site, for your services.
So it is NewsIn.IT. So NewsIn.IT is the website. Yeah.
And I'm gonna put that into the Googler, and I'm gonna drop that into bloop, bloop. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, so we got that. Let's see. Do you find, oh, there we go. Do you find that having so many different certifications, so many different fields actually makes you more marketable? Besides your business, are you actively working in the industry now?
I start my new job on Monday, and I will be an architect. So
all right. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I don't have any major certifications, honestly. I don't.
So what is the most I guess technical of your certifications that you think, or the most difficult that you've actually completed?
Probably I have the entry-level Microsoft one. I think it's the Microsoft Fundamentals, and I got that one for free. And then I also have Splunk that I got for a discount. So those will probably be my most, well, I also have the Scrum Master and the Product Owner one too. So, but other than that, yeah. And I have a lead auditor, since I could do side gigs on those, and those were paid for too. So, but I guess those are the ones. I mean, if you want to look at my LinkedIn, I have them all on there, but because I forget, like I got so many.
Somebody's trying to touch your credit a little bit. You gotta let them know. All right. Let's see. What is the benefit of having a lot of certifications to attract more job opportunities? Is there something more?
I guess when I started, and I was like, well, I don't want to be a consultant anymore, because I really couldn't consult anymore with COVID. Because in Mexico, I was literally pounding the pavement. I was in people's faces, and I couldn't do that anymore. I decided, I guess I'll get a job. Like I said, I don't have any major certifications, so I don't know if it's helped me or hurt me. But when I was interviewing, people did tell me, well, get a cert and, we'll hire you. I'm like, whatever. Like, I got the skills, like, I've done these projects, whatever. But it really depends on what you want to do. Because when I started, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to be a programmer, architect, like you said, DevOps, cloud engineer. Did I want to be a salesperson? Like, what did I actually want to do? So that is probably another reason why I kind of racked up a lot. But yeah.
All right. And this kind of leads into the next question, which was, have you found any issues having a cert without experience?
I have heard people say that, but the thing is, on the job bulletins, that's what they want, and that's what they want in the interviews. So it's like, I don't know, there was actually a woman last night that was telling somebody that you can't get the CISA without 5 years experience. And I was like, well, but when I was interviewing for information systems auditors, they kept telling me I needed the cert. And I'm like, well, I have never audited, IT systems. I was just a regular old auditor. And, you could take the exam and later get the experience, but I don't really know how that works. You'll just have, 3 letters or 4 letters and you don't have a job. So, I don't know, but I have heard from interviewers saying that, we don't know if people have the experience until they take the exam. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Daryl, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. And thank you for providing me with that link. I already signed up, and it's very valuable, even the quick look that I took at it. But I wanted to ask you if you agree with because my approach has actually been to have my story, like I'm a brand, right? That's how I see it. So even if when I didn't have the experience, like I would get the certification and I would have a story that built my brand so that it made logical sense for them to hire me. And I just like to know if you agree with that concept.
Oh, I definitely agree. I call them my stories too. funny enough. And then when people have, reached out to me about, how to get into IT, I basically tell them that you got to have a story, and the thing is that they want you to have these projects and stuff like that. And I'll be an architect on Monday, and there's no way I can showcase that I've architect, certain things. So that's more so for the programming side. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but yes, I agree that you need stories, whether it's coming from your old career and it applies to IT, or whether, you picked up a contract and, you worked with some people on an IT project, for 5 minutes. You got to have a story.
Well, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I'll mention, and these are some of the ways that Black's technology is helping, is we have certifications available right now from AWS. So we're doing a certification challenge. It actually kicks off, I think it's Friday this week. We have the initial welcome session, but the actual challenge itself doesn't happen until the end of the month, or beginning of next month rather. And then we also have boot camps that you can apply for free. We've got Udacity scholarship, nano degree, which is free. I mean, some of these are competitive. The AWS one is apply and it's $100. The Udacity is $1,000. I think is the rate that we get, or $1,200. And then the boot camp that we have with Brain Station is like $15,000. And we got our first cohort now. So that's a 12-week intensive, but you get a piece of paper at the end, and you will be able to get a job with that at the end of it. So we are just one of those, and I'll pop that in the link. I'll pop the link in the chat rather, so you guys can go to it and sign up for some of those. Let's see, back to some questions because I can talk about Black's technology all day. Let's see, after this gets a comment, I feel the same way, sir, to have skills, great. Let's see, what kind of certifications would be the most beneficial for an early career software engineer? And in parentheses,
Software engineer?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Software engineers don't even need certification.
well, let me finish up because
tons of software engineers
there's
and
more. It says also, does AWS training offered through Bit Challenge through this month include the certification itself? And that answer is yes. So I'm sorry, I just wanted to get the full question out.
okay. Yeah, software engineers, they don't necessarily need certifications. It's more so build the projects, build projects that interest you, so you can showcase them, get on GitHub and contribute there. But yeah, none of my software engineer friends have any certifications, and I hate y'all. No.
Now, software engineers are in high demand, absolutely. And all they want to know is what that GitHub do. Everything else is like whatever. So yeah, you're a software engineer, you're gonna be all right. Let's see, this one, let's see. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Is it possible to get discounts or free admission to coding? What do these exist? Oh, yeah, so I just mentioned that. So I'm gonna put that in the chat. We got a couple.
Yeah. And also on NewsIn.IT, I also do scholarships, boot camps, different events. The big one is free Udemy courses. So if you sign up, you get the free Udemy courses. Like at this point, I probably have like 700 of them. I've done 3, so I'm knocking them down. And I mean, that alone, there's your training, because I've literally taken a couple of Udemy courses and they were really fantastic. So.
Yeah. Next question. What certifications would you recommend for a web developer?
Web development, yeah, that falls under programming. You don't need none.
Yeah, I would say project portfolio. If you're front end or full stack web developer, they just want to see what you've done. You can get certification. There's always training for something, but a lot of the trainings that I've seen personally have been really they're free anyway. They don't necessarily require certification. They're just
programming is the one where you can get on YouTube and actually find free things and teach yourself. You don't need a certification. But web development was my first business actually. When I was way younger, I used to consult and build websites for people, and that was an experience in itself. So.
Yeah. No, I still do that from time to time. I can attest. It does test your patience, the creative process versus somebody's creative vision. We can have that conversation later though. All right, let's see. How do I get ITIL V4 for free? All right, so anonymous attendee. Go. I got an answer too, but go ahead. You, Elyse, go first.
I haven't seen that one for free. That one I actually had to pay for. And I don't think it's helped me any, but I guess if you're in like ServiceNow, what is that one called? Service management? Is it service management?
Customer service, service
delivery. If you want to go into that side, then ITIL will help you. But yeah, ServiceNow and ITIL usually go together. So if you want to get the ServiceNow one in the ITIL, I would recommend it. Otherwise, it ain't did nothing for me, I'll tell you.
So I'll just add my 2 cents that. So we actually we don't offer it for free. We offer it discounted and heavily discounted. So in the Blacks in Technology, in the members only section of the foundation website, you can find discount ITIL and Prince 2 certifications. Now, again, I'll put it in the chat. I promise I will. As soon as I get a minute to breathe everybody's question, I want to make sure I get through these first. All right, so next question. Let's see. Okay, greetings. I just joined the call. 1, is there a link we need to access? And 2, what type of projects do you suggest? 3, what is the certification challenge? Okay, well, we posted the link to her site. I'm going to post it again because it's still in, my copy paste. So I'm going to put that back in the chat as far as the link to Elyse's website. As far as number 2, what type of projects do you suggest? I guess, Edward, it would depend on the type of specialization that you have. But, if you can show, basically an employer is going to want to see what you know how to do, not necessarily what you've learned. So they want to see that practitioner level skill versus the book knowledge. They want to know that, sure, you can talk about the theory, but you can also put it to practice. So I know that was kind of generic, but your question was generic. So shame on you. All right.
Yeah, I see it so vast. It's like, you would literally have to sit down with somebody and do a consult in order to map out a plan. But I mean, the most common one is programming. Pick a language that you find interesting, that you think that you can learn well enough, and build some projects. I mean, YouTube is a good one. Udemy is another one. They have tons of other websites, and I also list websites on NewsIn.IT. But yeah, I mean, my project that I built was NewsIn.IT, and that got me a lot of traction on my resume. So,
hey, you know what? That's legit. And the third question for Edward was, what is the certification challenge? So that is AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. And it is basically a 2-week-long blitz that we're providing both the training and the certification, test voucher, which is roughly $100 from Amazon. For anybody who wants to participate. And that is for the Blacks and Technology Foundation. And I'll be posting that shortly. Let's see, next one. What kind of certification do I need for technical writer?
technical writer, they don't have any that I know of anyway. I don't know if technical writers have any, but a good certification course, like a certificate, I won't say certification, but a certificate course probably would really help. And shout out to the technical writers, because you guys are everything. When you're looking at documentation, we do need good technical writers.
Absolutely. Let's see, do you see any cybersecurity certifications for free?
There was one at Palo, Alto. It's not free though. It's like heavily discounted. I don't know if they're still doing the discount though. But I know they have a cybersecurity one. But more so for cybersecurity, you want Security Plus and the CISSP are the ones.
So just to follow up on that, so Palo Alto Networks is a recent sponsor of Blacks in Technology, and we will have free certifications for Palo Alto specifically. What was the other one you mentioned?
The CISSP.
No, Security Plus. So CompTIA, yeah. So we're going to be developing a discount. It won't be free, but it'll be a discounted certification for Security Plus because that's pretty pricey one. But if it's 500 versus 1,500,
yeah, I'll agree with that. Any dollar saved is worth it. Also with like the Security Plus and the CISSP, it puts you on to the government contracts, just the FYI. So that's a huge one to get, because once you get into IT and get your resume popping, like you'll get the calls all the time for the government stuff. So
if you can understand CIS benchmarking, you can get a job pretty much anywhere working for either federal systems integrator or any company that does any work with the government. Okay, I answered the question about the Security Plus, so we're going to go to Martin. Hey, Martin, how are you, sir? Okay, Martin, we got a lot of feedback. I'm assuming you're not a robot, so it might be an issue with the phone. Let's put your question into the Q&A or the chat, and I'll get to that. I'm so sorry. All right, let's see. There's some more questions I think I missed in the chat side. Let me just do a scroll up. Okay, which platform best prepares you for the solutions architect DevOps certification exam?
I guess it depends on what vendor you want. Do you want Microsoft? Do you want GCP, Google, or do you want AWS? AWS don't be trying to give nothing for free. They don't give nothing for free, but Microsoft, like I said in the beginning, they give all kinds of stuff, and their learning platform is really good. And then Google has gives away free stuff too, and their learning platform is really good. They give you the labs and everything, and so does Microsoft. AWS, no, do
Yeah. I'm working on them. I mean, they have principles, the AWS principles. One of them is like frugality. I kid you not. So they carry that, whether it's a warehouse worker or you're working for marketing or sales. I mean, everybody's looking like, how can we get this done with the least amount of money? So
right.
yeah, it's difficult over there. All right, let's see. Let's see, any more questions? Okay, here we go. Would you say labs for like Network Plus or CCNA count as experience, and would you be able to write that in your resume?
The labs, yeah. One of the things that I did was I have keywords on my resume of all the stuff that I have touched. So at least, I could say that I touched it and, I know a little bit about it, because you're never going to know anything or any and everything, but at least you know enough to where you've touched it, you've seen it. And, if you can look at some documentation, you can probably remember exactly what you did. So yeah, if you do the labs, I would say, I did this lab and everything like that, and, build I keep a Word document, and then I also keep it on my LinkedIn, and I also keep it on my portfolio website. So I don't remember, so keep a running tab of everything you touch. So at least you can be like, well, I did this, or if you need to go back to it, that you did it.
All right. Let's see. I currently have a PMP, trying to decide if I should add Scrum Master, Product Owner, and/or Safe Cert to my portfolio, and want to know the best platform for these certs. Appreciate your feedback.
The best platform? I did mine through a scholarship that I won, and I think their training was really good. And the name of the company is Sigio. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Sigio. More so because they gave us a break every hour. But I mean, with the Scrum Master and the Product Owner, you don't necessarily need the training. You can just go take the test. So yeah, but on their website, I know that they have a list of training providers that, you can find. I mean, I wouldn't recommend just like one, so.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of add on to that. So we have, again, for Blacks in Technology, our Scrum trainers, as well as our project management trainers. We get discounts. They're not free certifications, but they're definitely discounted certifications. So if you are looking to add those things, I would suggest you check out our options in our section. Let's see, the next question, would you agree that a good short-term goal is to get a baseline level job with a company that offers training and growth opportunities while moving towards your mid-long-term career goals?
I mean, yes and no. I guess it depends on your age and your goal, what your pocketbook looking like. I mean, it depends on a lot of things, But in my opinion, I'm going to say no, because I'm already mid-career at my point. So I need to focus on what I want to do. If I was younger, I would be like, yeah, sure, get in there and then you can potentially move around or at least gain some experience and then move on to another company. But where I am right now, no, I need to focus on what I want to do right now. And, I've been at that time where, I did things I didn't want to do, and I'm not going to do that anymore. So.
It's funny is, as I was reading the question, I was thinking, if you get with a company that is going to pay for your training, you might want to stay there for a little bit.
Like if you can get on with a college and you get the tuition assistance or something like that, or, a government, and, it's easier to move around because I'm an ex-government employee. So it's very easy to move around. Something like that, then yeah, I would say go ahead and, start off as a secretary or something like that and move up. But, if it's not something like that, then no.
I knew a guy who took a job just to get his top secret security, and then he was out. So
right,
they paid for that, and he was like, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So Michael says for newbies to get into the game because companies look for experience. Yeah, like I said, if you can get in and they're willing to train you up, then my suggestion would be yes. Take that on if you are early in your career. Okay. All right. Let's see. What cert would you recommend that is relatively easy to take for someone entry level in tech, and that would yield the best salary? I was thinking ITIL, but open to other options just to break in.
The Security Plus is a good one because, like I said earlier, it opens you up to the DoD contracts. Any of the cloud ones are good, like AWS, Microsoft, GCP. No one really pursues Microsoft or GCP, so they're always looking for people. Yeah, those would probably be the ones I would say, because the cloud is huge at this point, and it's not going away. So
yeah, if you are looking, and we kind of hit on it a little bit earlier, but if you are looking to get into the customer success or service delivery side of things, or more project management based role, then ITIL might be a good place to start, because they are looking for folks who have those skills, and that just kind of proves you can manage a project and use the framework. The Scrum Master is also another one. There are always companies looking for people who understand Scrum methodology and can be Scrum Masters in their organization. So if you're not tech, go for either one of those, and you can probably at least get interview. You get in the door with those certs.
Yeah, I always forget about Scrum Master and Product Owner. Those are good ones too, because everybody's like in an agile environment at this point. But yeah, definitely Security Plus, Cloud, Scrum Master, Product Owner. And I guess if you wanted to be like a project manager, probably the PMP too. Is, I won't say it's simple enough, but it's out there if you don't want to do the tech stuff, because a lot of people say they don't want to program and do the tech stuff. And so those are probably the ones that you don't necessarily have to do the programming and the tech stuff. I don't program, so I'm an architect. So
yeah, visionary like. So just a word on PMP too. So PMP is very popular in the States, but what is more popular globally is the Prince 2. Which is Axelos product and framework. Axelos created the ITIL framework. So they provide the certification for ITIL v4 as well as the Prince 2. And the Prince 2 does not require you to have years of experience in project management before you can complete it. It's a lot less expensive. So that's just my commercial for Prince 2 if anybody is interested, and we offer a discount on it. So that I just wanted to get that plug in. Okay, so currently need multiple certifications in data science. Hacks, Microsoft data science certifications. Any thoughts on where Chris can get some free data science certs?
I thought data science was one of those ones where you didn't need certs either. You just probably a good boot camp. I know a friend of mine did the DS4A boot camp and they really loved it. So I would highly recommend them. I think the application is still open at this point. But other than that, I mean, again, Udemy courses, a good boot camp if you can get a scholarship for one, because I know data science is really good. Yeah, data science is one of those where you don't necessarily need certifications. So
And somebody asked, do you need a strong math background for data science?
yeah, so to an extent. I mean, if you want to get into the more of the data science part and not have the math background, I would probably say more of the analyst and fooling with Tableau. And I love Tableau. If you fool around with Tableau, it's so fun.
Yeah, I like pretty visuals. That works for me too. So which courses are best for PMP?
PMP, there's a whole bunch. You have to go on their website and see. Yeah, because everybody has like the PMP courses. I can't recommend because I don't have the PMP, but I know there's hundreds of courses out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Somebody asked a question specifically about Prince 2 discount for Prince 2 foundations or practitioner, both. So we offer discounts for all the Axelos products or certifications. Let's see. CompTIA is rolling out Data Plus for anybody looking for data science certification. Oh, thanks, Christian. So there you go on the data science piece. All right, let's see. Chris said, need AWS Cloud Practitioner certification and Google Cloud certifications and discounts. Also need discounts for Cloud Guru, which is like $30 per month for training. Any hacks on that? Okay, Chris is trying to come up. I appreciate the game. All right, this is what we're going to do for you, Chris. So real quick, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, that's the challenge that we have going on right now. You can get that one for free. That's $100 in your pocket. Boom. As far as the Google Cloud Cert, talking to Google, had a conversation today. We're going to work on some of those. Not ready yet, but hopefully we'll be coming soon. Give me a month or two. We'll get those to you. As far as the Cloud Guru goes, we just closed our first cohort for Cloud Guru. We were offering a year's worth of access to the cloud ACG platform for like $100. We may do that again. This is an expensive undertaking. I'm waiting for an additional sponsor in order to release another cohort. So hold tight. We may be doing that again soon, but that's a good one. What's that now?
I said, is it messing up on my side or your side?
Oh, it's probably my internet. My internet has been flaky. Am I back yet?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. So what was the last thing you heard? So I'll repeat it.
You said about a Cloud Guru that you just got done with the first cohort.
Yes, and I'm just waiting on a sponsor to get us to a point where we can launch another cohort. But those are going to be somewhere around $100, and they'll give you platform access for 12 months. So hold tight. All right, let's see. We got about 8 more minutes. Let's see if we can muscle through some more of these questions. Let's see. Can you provide a template to fill out template forms for scholarships? Like, do you have like a cheat sheet for the cheat sheet?
No, because I mean, I speak from my personal experience. It should be heartfelt.
So do you use a tool though, or do you just like an Excel spreadsheet, a Word doc?
I actually use Notepad. I got like a whole bunch of stuff on my Notepad. I keep it in on my computer. So yeah.
Gotcha.
All my little responses that I've ever done, like I keep it in a little Notepad. So.
Okay. All right. They want all of your secrets. They no shame in this room at all. Let's see. I think we answered the math question about data science. It kind of depends on where in data science you want to go, not necessarily was the answer to the math question. Let's see, we also have a couple more questions in the chat. That was the question, answer Chris too. Okay, all right. I think we got most of them. I'm just gonna share real quick. I'm gonna put the link if anybody hasn't joined Blacks in Technology. The foundation website, which is a nonprofit, which has all of our members, is free to join. And you can, once you join, access the members only section. And in there, we have all those programs, either free or discounted, and the resources there. You don't have to really do a whole lot. Some of them are, just grants. Some of them require you to jump through a couple of hoops, but not too many. And if you know of something that you might want to get for free or for discount, just know that my mission is kind of like the Black Tech Robin Hood. So as companies give us money, we put it back out into the community in terms of grants and scholarships and freebies. So if you say, you know what, I really want that Security Plus, we'll try to raise some money to get that number down. If there's something else, definitely go Hokies, Michael. Definitely worth interrupting the conversation to represent. Thank you. Even though we lost in the first round, but so do UVA. If you get to the point where you are looking for a certification, can't find it, shoot me an email personally. I am listed on the website. The emails from the website, the forms from the website go to me, or someone on the team and are directed to me. I'll get you an answer. So I think those are the high points. Just to recap, apply yourself, go and sign up for newsletters, go to companies' websites, follow them on social media, be attentive and keep your eyes open. Second, be organized, have a good stock answer for the questions that that most of them are gonna ask, so you can copy and paste and make yourself more efficient. And three, have a plan, make sure that you know what you wanna do, unless you just want to hoard them like Elyse and just, give them to people for Christmas or whatever. We can assume that if you are looking for, Michael, you can definitely join if you're not Black, but yes, it is mainly for Blacks. We are inclusive. We have a bunch of non-Black folks in our community. Let's see. So just make sure you have a plan of attack. And if there's any, like I said, any cert that you need that you don't have, feel free to reach out. We'll try to make it happen for you. With the last 3 minutes, Elyse, any parting words or words of wisdom?
Yeah, like you said, map out a plan, because the world of IT is huge. It's constantly changing. Like, for example, the cloud is the big thing now. So, you could, once you're in there, you could definitely jump around. And please, please, please be sure to sign up for News in IT. And I do free boot camps, scholarships, free events, the certifications, whenever I find discounts or freebies for those. And the biggest selling one is the free Udemy courses. I probably have about 600 at this point. So I post new ones every day. Every day I post new ones.
All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing your wisdom. Definitely feel free to stop back by anytime if you want to participate in a future event. Elyse, you're always welcome. And for everyone who joined, thank you for taking the time to participate. And I guess I'll see most of you on the next event. Take care and have a good night.
Bye-bye.